Few voices are as instantly recognizable as Bob Dylan, and few songs carry as much weight as Hurricane. This song was written in 1975 about the wrongful conviction of Rubin Hurricane Carter, and this song is more than just music. It truly helped change the course of history. I haven't heard it before, but go to the gear to turn on the captions in your language, and I would really suggest it because the lyrics are super important. And let's find out why this song is so powerful.
Pistol shots ring out in a barroom night. It took Betty Valentine from the floor above. She sees a bartender in a pool of blood. Cries out, they've killed my love. Here comes the story of the hurricane. The man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world.
Bob Dylan wrote this after reading Rubin Carter's autobiography, and he made a journalistic poem about it and set it to music. And you can see that he really thought that Rubin was innocent, and it turned out that he really was. I would really suggest checking out this whole story because it is absolutely wild. But why does it work vocally? Why does it get the message across so well? And partially it's to do with the fact that his voice is raw and unpolished. Listen to this little section.
Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world.
This is not the conventional way to sing that. That run is very slidey, there's a lot of nasality in there, but it's not about that. It's about the truthful presenting of protest, and this feels absolutely right. I love how we've got the fiddle in there. It feels earthy and folky, and it harks back to our grassroots history.
Three bodies lying there, does Patty see? And another man named Bello moving around mysteriously. I didn't do it, he says, he throws up his hands. I was only robbing the register, I hope you understand. I saw him leave it, he says, and he stops. One of us had better hurry and call the cops. And so Betty calls the cops. And they arrive on the scene with the red lights flashing in the hot New Jersey night.
It's really interesting because he has such a nasal tone, Bob Dylan, and that does not work for everyone. It really depends on the shape of your anatomy, of your nasal cavity, and just how your voice works naturally, how you've trained your voice through your accent a lot of the time. For him, it works so well because it cuts through, and that is what you need for a protest song. He has the combination of grit and rawness and that cutting sound.
Jersey night. Part of town.
It's almost like a rap, a folk rap.
I'm driving around. Number one contender for the middleweight crown. Had no idea what kind of shit was about to go down. When a couple him over to the side of the road, just like the time before and the time before that. In Patterson, that's just the way things go. You're black, you might as well not show up on the streets unless you wanna draw the heat.
His rhythmic accuracy is so good. You hear it in moments like this.
When a couple him over to the side of the road.
And throughout this section, it's kind of sung-spoken. It is definitely pitched, but he's not opening his vowels up like you would in singing. In fact, what is the difference between singing and speaking? It is elongating our vowels and singing on pitch. So he's kind of halfway between the two here. That is actually really smart because it brings us into our logical thinking brain. Often when we're hearing sung things, you just get wrapped up in the melody and you're just floating around with that and you're not truly listening to the lyrics. But here, because it's half spoken, you really listen to those lyrics, and those lyrics are very, very important.
Pull him over to the side of the road, just like the time before and the time before that. In Patterson, that's just the way things go. You're black, you might as well not show up on the streets. just you wanna draw the heat.
Pretty hard-hitting, really.
Alfred Bello had a partner and he had a rap for the cops. Him and Arthur Dexter Bradley were just out prowling around. Saw two men running out, they looked like middleweights. They jumped into a white car without a state plates. And Miss Patty Valentine just nodded her head. Cop said, wait a minute, boys, this one's not dead. So they took him to the infirmary. And though this man could hardly see, they told him he could identify the guilty man.
I love how he's using shouts to make those important words stand out. That is an important part of the story there about how he was identified. Now, why has this song been part of changing history? When Bob Dylan released this song, it was before Reuben was released from prison. A lot of people didn't know about this story, but Bob Dylan made sure that a lot of people did. Dylan didn't free Carter, but he did rally global support for Carter. Here, music is a megaphone for justice.
Bring him to the hospital and take him upstairs. The wounded man looks up to his one dying eye. He say, why'd you bring him in here for? He ain't the guy. Here's the story of the game. The man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world. 4 months later, the ghetto's on flame. Rubens in South America fighting for his name. Well, Arthur Dexter Bradley still in the robbery game. And the cops are putting the screws to him, looking for someone to blame. Remember you murder that you saw in a bar. Remember you said you saw the getaway car. Thinking like the
dynamics are amazing here.
Think it might have been that fighter that you saw running that night. Don't forget that you are white.
It's so interesting how he is bringing us in to listen by these swells of dynamics, making it a bit louder and then suddenly dropping it. He, of course, is a complete genius at lyrics, but he is a complete genius in making us listen. He is getting us to listen to a repetitive 8-minute folk song while still making it interesting the whole way through. And we're getting a story at the same time. What is your favourite protest song? Let me know down in the comments, because I love a good protest song. And I love learning about the history around them. Now, let's have a listen to the bands, because they're doing something interesting as well.
Don't forget that you are white. Arthur Dexter Bradley said, I'm really not sure. Cop said a poor boy like you could use a break. We got you for the motel job and you're talking to your friend Bello. You don't want to have to go back to jail, be a nice fellow. You'll be doing society a favor. That son of a bitch is brave and getting braver. We want to put his ass in stir. We want to pin this triple murder on him. He ain't no gentleman, Jim.
It must have been quite shocking to hear that language at that time, because I know that they had a lot of like, you can't be saying that on the radio. I am loving this rhythmic drive behind the song. I think it feels both hopeful, like we're going somewhere, like we can change something. And it also has a sense of urgency to it. So it feels like, come on, guys, we better do something now.
Take a man out with just one punch, but he never did like to talk about it all that much. It's my work, he said, and I do it for pay. And when it's over, just to still go on my way up to some paradise where the top streams flow and the air is nice, and ride a horse along the trail. But then they took him to the jail, oh, where they tried to turn a man into a mouse. chance. The judge made Reuben's witnesses drunkards from the slums. To the white folks who watched, he was a revolutionary thumb. And to the black folks, he was just a crazy nigger. No one doubted that he'd pull the trigger. And though they could not produce the gun, the DA said he was the one who did the deed. And the old white jury agreed.
It's this rhythmic bass against these lyrics. I can't help but kind of sway, which is interesting. It makes my body want to move. It makes me want to go and do something. It's quite shocking, even now, listening to the language in it. He is not holding back. I think that's part of what makes Bob Dylan great, isn't it? Standing up for what he believes is right.
Carter was falsely tried. The crime was murder one. Guess who testified? Bellow and Bradley, and they both baldly lied. And the newspapers, they all went along for the ride. How can the life of such a man be in the palm of some fool's hand? To see him obviously framed couldn't help but make me feel ashamed. You live in a land where justice is a game.
And sometimes he makes it a shout. He's like calling for change, right?
All the criminals in their coats and ties are free to drink martinis and watch the sunrise, while Reuben sits like Buddha in a 10-foot cell, an innocent man in a living hell. That's the story of the hurricane.
His song reminds me of actually a lot of political speeches where you have these quick fire facts so you can hear that he really knows what he's talking about, but then he slows it down and elongates on the important parts and on the emotional parts so that it truly hits and so that we truly understand. It is a very, very similar format to public speaking, to getting a political point across in a different medium.
Man in a living hell. That's the story of the hurricane. But it won't be over till they clear his name and give him back the time he's done. But in our prison cell, there was time he could have been the champion of the world.
Hurricane shows us that music isn't just entertainment, it is a way to keep stories alive, and it shows us that voices, spoken or sung, can change the way the world pays attention. He also shows us that you do not have to have the perfect voice, you just have to have an authentic voice, and we all have that. And thank goodness Reuben Carter was eventually freed. If you like this, then you might like some of these. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.